us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. La da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Behold how good it is to dwell together here. Behold how good it is to dwell together here. To dwell together here. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da da.
Shabbat Shalom. It is lovely to be together here this evening as we begin another Shabbat, and as we have our Legacy Shabbat this week, and I'm delighted to see so many different of our Legacy members, newer, older Legacies, all combined as a community. As is our custom, to help to usher in Shabbat on the right sort of notes, we will share in good news together, Hakarat HaTov. And so we will sing together in words of Psalm 118. And if you have something good to share with the community, a piece of good news, small to big, anything in between, when the microphone reaches you, hold on to it until there's a break in the music. And then if you could share your name, just in case there's anyone who doesn't yet know you, and share what your piece of good news is. And then we will be ready to start Shabbat together. So we sing.
Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam hasdo, ki le'olam hasdo.
My daughter and her family just came back from a 2-week trip to Japan. I had their dog along with mine, so I spent the 2 weeks going crazy with the 2 dogs, just praying that they were having a great time. They had a great time.
Odul Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam hasdo, ki le'olam hasdo.
I'm Jenny Rasnick, and I just wanted to say, I'm going to cry. My granddaughter Veda is here with me tonight. She's doing really well. She was on our Misha Merit list since last August. She's doing great.
Odul Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam hasdo, ki le'olam hasdo.
I'm Mary Schumar, and I had knee replacement surgery 3 weeks ago, and it's so good to see people out in the world and see all you guys.
Odul Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam
in case, John, in case none of you saw it this morning, go and check out the Inquirer. There's a great op-ed by Rabbi Ari that's in there right now. So check out the Inquirer.
Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam hasdo ki le'olam ha'od.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm happy to have my family and extended family, chosen family here all the way from Atlanta and from work to help me celebrate my conversion, which was official yesterday.
Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam hasdo ki le'olam ha'od.
I'm Peggy, and my oldest grandson graduated from high school.
Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam hasdo ki le'olam ha'od.
I'm Robin, and today happens to be my daughter Deborah and her husband Mark's 10th anniversary.
Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam hasdo ki le'olam ha'od.
Hi, I'm Ed Freeman, and I retired as of last Friday, and so now on to other events.
Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam hasdo ki le'olam ha'od. I always feel bad when I do good
He
news because I
can't
have to
play
stop
and-
playing. I can't talk and play at the same time. Many of you know, my good news is that many of you know that I direct a Sweet Adeline chorus here in Cincinnati, and we're part of a region, and I was recently named as regional faculty, one of 10 in like 700 people that gets to teach on the regional level. So that's my good news.
Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam hasdo ki le'olam hasdo. I'm always tickled to see how much good news we do or don't have on a given week. Sometimes we get through that in a few seconds. But other times our cups runneth over, and this is clearly one of those weeks. So our Shabbat Shamash has almost gone out from so much good news. Before that actually takes place, I'd like to invite up Julie Solomon, our board member and development chair and organizer of the Legacy Shabbat, who has done so much work on the Legacy program over the years, to share a couple of words about this Shabbat evening and then to light our Shabbat candles.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to the Legacy Shabbat. It's so nice to see everyone. And if you are not a Legacy Circle member, I have forms right in the back there. Always pushing that. So anyways, Shabbat Shalom. And again, we have a lot of food out there. I schlepped it over, so come on. And anyways, oh yeah, it is almost out.
It'll be easier if you take the
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. We sing together.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Continue singing Lecha Dodi as we welcome in the Sabbath bride.
La 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 lecha dodi, la 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 lekrat kala, la 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zikor b'dibor ehad, Yishme'anu elam yuhad, Adonai ehad, U'shemo ehad, Leshem u'ti'eret, u'litilah. La 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 lecha dodi, la 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 lekrat kala, la 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha merosh v'kedem nefsecha sof maaseh machshat tefillah. La 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 lecha dodi, la 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 lekrat kala, la 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Yitoreri ki va'orech uri shidaberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla. La 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 lecha dodi, la 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 lekrat kala, la 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'sof olam, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, la 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 lecha dodi, la 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 lekrat kala, la 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 panei Shabbat nekabel. La 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 lecha dodi, la 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 lekrat kala, la 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 panei Shabbat nekabela.
Please be seated. As we continue with the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba, ve'alma divrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, נתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, v'meru. Amen. We rise together for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yada la la la, 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 yada la la la.
Please be seated. I invite up Stephana Harmony to read for us in words inspired by the Ma'ariv Aravim.
The sun sets on another day, and we take stock of the path we are on to reach tomorrow. Like the daily appearance of the moon and stars in the sky, we recognize that there is a rhythm to the world. The rhythm calls to us, draws us near, and invites us to reflect on where we have been, where we are, and where we are going. We give thanks to you, Adonai, who ushers in the evenings, giving us opportunities for holy beginnings and sacred ends.
Baruch atah Adonai, HaMa'ariv Aravim.
Blessed are you, our God, who brings on the evening.
Continue together singing in the Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbenu, uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha, v'nizlach b'derei Toratecha, uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu.
laila negeyo mamba laila ve'avat kal tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael ohev amo Yisrael. So before we turn to our Shema this evening, we have a little bit of extra celebration. It has already been alluded to, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that Sean Gerritsen is now not just a frequent attendee of our community, which he has been for quite some time, but in fact a fully fledged, vested Jewish member of this community. So Sean, I'd like to invite you up for you to share a couple of words and then for us to share some blessings and to have you up here while we say our Shema. You want to come over on this side here, and there's some candy going around. We'll see. We need some kids, so if anyone has a source of children to help clean up the candy in these situations, well, it's a good thing to have. Sean, you completed your conversion yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
We had a wonderful Beit Din of rabbis who came together and questioned Sean on all sorts of Jewish matters and Jewish identity and so forth. And it was a very easy conversation for us as a Beit Din to acknowledge that all but for the official ritual of it, you had already become a member of our community. And so we're happy to officially have it be the case now that you are a member of the Jewish people.
Thank you.
And so if you would be so kind, we'd like to invite you to share the Hebrew name that you've selected for yourself and the reason why.
I chose the name Ari El-Hanan. Ari came from, I was scrolling through TikTok one day and saw this little boy, he was like 3 years old, running around in Israel and dressed as Batman. And I'm like, there's got to be a story behind this. Little did I know it was going to be a sad story. Batman was my favorite growing up, too. And as I'm watching the story, I find out that his name is Ariel, or Ari. And he was, unfortunately, him and his mother and little brother were victims of the October 2023 attacks on Israel. And then I saw where a gentleman from England goes all around the world running marathons dressed as Batman in his honor. And that just really touched my heart. And I knew the instant I saw it that was the name I wanted to choose. And then El-Hanan means, in Hebrew, means God is gracious. And that is what Sean means in Irish. So that was the easy part.
This is
so
very fitting.
yeah. So that is why I chose Ari El-Hanan.
And so we're going to take a moment now for me to share a private blessing with Sean. And then after that, let me say two things. After I've shared a private blessing, after I've given Sean before I've given Sean the Torah to hold, after I've shared the private blessing, and after I've stepped out of the way. That's actually the most important part. I'm going to invite you to toss your candy as we sing Siman Tov Mazel Tov together. So. And so, yeah, move from the candles. That's the danger spot. And so we will sing Siman Tov U Mazel Tov. I don't know what key we'll be in. And Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Elanu, Elanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Elanu, Elanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Woo. Yishar Koach. Sean, if you want to make your way back around. Hal, you officially had the worst shot there. There's one all the way across the room. Sorry to call you out. And so we can remain seated as the Torah is out of the ark. Sean, I'm going to hand it to you to hold here on your shoulder. You are now amongst us as a Jewish community in possession of this tradition, this text. So we turn to our Shema, we close our eyes, and we focus as we continue together. Ma Yisrael Adonai continue with the Via Havta.
And thou shalt love Adonai thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all of thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou risest up, and when thou liest down, and when thou liest down, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
I invite forward Tom Ruby to share a reading. Be very careful.
This says that we read responsively. Do you have the response?
They do.
Are they okay? Okay. Just to be sure. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to God, our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea, and we sing together the words of Micha Mocha. Thank you very much.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la la la. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha, okei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze li anu ve'amru, ze li anu ve'amru. Adonai imlok leolam va'ed, Adonai imlok leolam va'ed. My dai 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 dai.
Thank you to my children in absentia who filled in to clean up some of our candy. Continue now with the Hashkivenu, the prayer for safety that we say as we head into the nighttime.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzetenu uvoenu lechaim u'del shalom betaved ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomreinu lechaim.
So we continue now with the Vishamru, our prayer, where we celebrate the fact that the Jewish people have kept the Shabbat, and as the saying goes, as we have kept the Shabbat as a people, the Shabbat too has kept us. We head into the Shabbat. We know Jack is a team player, because although Jack does not love this particular melody for Vishamru, it is a crowd favorite, and so he will play it with us. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beni uvein Bnei Yisrael, Bnei Yisrael, Oti leolam. V'shamru Bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'yom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Thank you, Jack. And so we rise together now as we begin our Amidah together. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Umaken. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Mizrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atarab Loshia, Morid HaTahal. Nechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Nechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim. Sohomech Noflim Berofech Oholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar. Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman Natalach Hayot HaKol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, Ukdoshim B'chol Yom Yalelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. I invite forward Judy Schechter to share a reading for Ritzeh.
God, endow our prayers with meaning. Help us to aspire to ends that merit your will. As we turn our eyes toward the heavens, turn our hearts toward purposes higher than ourselves. Help this community uplift not only itself, but all those of Israel and all the nations. Guided towards justice, let the work of our hands be human dignity and our legacy be peace. Baruch atah Adonai,
She'otcha levadcha b'yera na'avod.
Blessed are you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence.
I invite forward Mary and Reuben.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words.
For the awareness of soul, our light within.
For the world around us, so filled with beauty.
For the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us.
For all these and more, we offer thanks.
Blessed are you, Adonai.
Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai. Hatov Shemcha Ucha Na'eh Lehodot.
We sing together in our prayer for peace, the Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We turn now to our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. At the present time, our community is praying for healing for Robert Alonso, Scott Bauer, Sheila Boniface, Annette Bottoms, Anita Call, Joyce Lavender Che, Charlie Clark, Lee Hampton, Richard Hassel-Bennett, Ken Hughes, Janet Kravitz, Steve Levinson, Judy Middleton, Eileen Ness, Lam Pham, David Rosenberg, Mary Schumar, Archbishop Chuck Smith, Laura Smith, Sue Warm, Lauren Yaffe, Elsie Yanka, Walter Yanka, and Lori Zachem. If you have a name to add to that list, someone for whom you would like us as a community collectively to pray for healing of body, mind, or spirit, I invite you to say their name aloud or in your heart as my hand passes over you. Sing together, Misha Berach.
Misha Sheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a moment now for our own private, silent reflections.
Refi ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'goali Adonai tzuri ve'goali. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Yehu leratzon imrefi ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'goali Adonai tzuri ve'goali.
At Temple Sholem, we finish every service with one of Judaism's most ancient and special blessings, the priestly benediction. This tripartite blessing, which comes from this week's Torah portion, Naso, was once offered exclusively by the priests, hence its name, though now we all share it together. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, may God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God lift God's face toward you and grant you peace. Certainly, this is a beautiful blessing, an enormous amount of meaning packed densely into just a few short words. Still, even though this blessing may seem particularly well composed, if we've ever thought about writing blessings before, and I'm sure many of us haven't, if we ever have, though, we might be tempted to think that, at least for normal day-to-day blessings, how hard could it possibly be? What could go wrong? And that's where Judaism would respond, a whole heck of a lot. I imagine some of you are familiar with at least a few of these classic examples of blessings gone wrong from the biblical tradition. When Isaac goes to bless his son Esau, he blesses him, "By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother." When Jacob blesses his sons at the end of Genesis, it's not much better. "Reuben is blessed, unstable as water, you shall excel no longer. Simeon and Levi get, their wrath is so relentless, I will divide them in Jacob, I will scatter them in Israel." And Joseph, for him, Jacob blesses, "Joseph is a wild ass." And meanwhile, and it's not a good blessing, meanwhile, in the book of Numbers, when Balaam seeks to bless the people of Canaan, as opposed to the Israelites, he offers this to those peoples of Canaan. "A scepter comes forth from Israel and smashes the forehead of Moab." If these biblical texts are any realistic cue, a natural question seeing them is to ask, why is it so hard to offer a good blessing? Leaving aside these particularly aberrant examples from the Torah, I think there's a reasonable explanation to the overall question. A good blessing has to include words you actually mean. The traditional blessing that the Kohanim, the priests, would recite before reciting the priestly benediction itself are, "Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, asher kidshanu b'kedushato shel Aharon, who has sanctified us with the sanctity of Aaron, vetzivanu, and commanded us, levarech et amo Yisrael be'ahava, to bless the people of Israel in love." The Zohar, a medieval book of Jewish mystical teachings, explains that the last words here, that priests are commanded to bless the people of Israel in love, means not only that priests are commanded to love the people of Israel, but that kol kohen de la rachem le'ama, o ama de la rachem le, lo yisa kapav. Any priest who does not love the people, or whom the people does not love, he should not lift his hands and recite the blessing. Put simply, the implication of this makes sense, but is a little tough to internalize. If you don't mean the blessing you offer others, you shouldn't say it. And so as we look at some of the bad blessings of the Torah, I think the explanation to them is actually quite simple. These weren't nice blessings, of course, but they were honest. Alas, sadly, no one told Isaac or Jacob or Balaam, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. The challenge, of course, is that simply not saying anything not only isn't possible often, there also has got to be a better way. A couple of hints for that come from the Talmud. In one place, we get an interesting idea from some biting critique, surprise, surprise, one rabbi offers to another. The Talmud says, "A certain sage stood before the ark and began to pray, 'God, who is great and strong and awesome and powerful and mighty and awe-inspiring, strong and fearless and steadfast and honored. Listening to this, Rabbi Hanina, another sage, waited for him to finish. But then once he was done, Rabbi Hanina jumped in and said, "Are you done with your blessings yet? Why would you offer so much?" Offering a parable to the other rabbi, he continued, "It is like a king of flesh and blood who had 1,000 thousands gold coins, and people went and praised him as though he only had 1,000 gold coins of silver. Would the king not be upset?" Of course, I expect many of us, would be fine with 1,000 gold coins of silver or of gold. But the point is this. When we offer a blessing, we do need to be honest, but we don't need to lay it on too thick. Even a small, honest blessing, one that doesn't try to overdo it, can be enough. The Talmud actually makes basically that point elsewhere where Rabbi Hanina, again, the same rabbi, teaches, "Leolam al tehi birkat hedyot kala beinecha." Never let it be that you see the blessing of a simple man as being less than. Rabbi Hanina teaches this because in the Tanakh, it is the case that blessings even of simple men often bear fruit. I suppose the question we might better ask at the end of the day is the following. If blessings in the Jewish tradition are so complicated, and they are, is it even worth offering them? Or let me ask it more realistically. In Judaism, why? Because we know it is. Why is it even worth attempting to offer blessings, whether regarding people or God, if there are so many difficulties that are potentially there and rules to them? In my opinion, the answer might be found in a beautiful ancient tale of blessings between another pair of rabbis. It goes. When they were getting ready to part company, Rav Nachman said to Rabbi Yitzchak, "Master, give me a blessing." Rabbi Yitzchak said to him, "I will give a parable." The rabbis like their parables. To what is this matter similar? To one who was walking through a desert and who was hungry, tired, and thirsty. And he found a tree whose fruits were sweet and whose shade was pleasant, and a stream of water flowed beneath it. The man ate from the fruits of the tree and drank from the water in the stream and sat in the shade of the tree. And when he wished to leave, he said to the tree, "Tree, tree, with what shall I bless you? If I say to you that your fruits should be sweet, your fruits are already sweet. If I say to you that your shade should be pleasant, your shade is already pleasant. If I say that a stream of water should flow beneath you, a stream of water already flows beneath you. Rather, I will say as follows. May it be God's will that all saplings which they plant from you be like you." So it is with you, the rabbi continued to his teacher. "With what shall I bless you? If I bless you with Torah, you already have Torah. If I bless you with wealth, you already have enough wealth. If I bless you with children, you already have children. Rather, may it be God's will that your offspring shall be like you." Now that's a blessing. And I think this story in its beauty helps to explain precisely why blessings offer something special to us. Put simply, they offer elegant ways to use words to try to say things words never in reality can capture. Whether they're sentiments about the divine or emotional impulses about care we want to express to others, blessings help us reach and actualize deeper levels of emotion about the things that matter most in life. And so, for this special legacy service, allow me to invite you all to help me to conclude this sermon. Of course, one of the greatest blessings, this time colloquially, the greatest blessings that folks offer in our community is the commitment to an enduring legacy for Jewish life here at Temple Sholem after they are gone. So let us offer blessings to them, to our legacy members. I am happy to get us started, and then I will invite anyone who would like to share a few words of blessings to our Legacy members to speak aloud and do precisely that. And you can still do it if you're a Legacy member. If you feel too humble to bless yourself, you're just blessing everyone else in that community. But I will get us started with some words from Psalm 128, one of the most beautiful blessings, I think. Not a bad blessing, but a very good blessing that the Tanakh offers. May they live to see their children's children and enjoy peace in Israel. And so I invite you to share a blessing for this blessed community, for these members of Temple Sholem who are helping to sustain us for another 74 years? For another 74 years to come.
May this congregation continue to flourish and grow over the years due to the generosity and spirit of those who are members of the Legacy Shabbat.
Amen. Don't be shy. Amen. Don't be bashful. I just gave a whole sermon on how to give blessings, so now you know. And how not to give blessings, incidentally. Amen. We have one more courageous soul to share. May all of this and so much more very much be the case for this community, which is a very special community, and for all of you who are here tonight who are Legacy members, who are helping to take care of this community. And all of you who are not yet Legacy members, who could talk to Julie after the service and become them. May this be God's will, and we say together, Amen. We turn back to our liturgy as we begin to conclude our service. We rise together for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kagoye haratzot, velo samanu mishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu Ye Adonai echad, u'shema echad. Please be seated as we begin to prepare for the Kaddish. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live on in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. This week, our community is marking the Yartzites, the death anniversaries of Anne Barish, Bernard Barron, Arnold Brown, Charles Brown, Sarah Solomon Feldstein, Lorraine Friedman, George Garfunkel, Christy Guckian, Shulamit Infeld, Sylvan Kahn, Arthur Kaufman, Henry Lauder, Harry Levy, Hyman Pearl, Bruce Rothman, Rose Schwartz, Elizabeth Silberman, Pauline Stothoff, and Ben Willis. If you have names to add to that list, people whose memories you are marking at this time of year, I invite you to share their name aloud as my hand passes over you. For them and for all who do not have anyone to say their Kaddish, we rise together for the Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash me Rabba, ve'alma divrach l'rutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon, chaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kari v'yimru, Amen. Yehesh me Rabba, bevorach le'olam olmei almaya, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Vitramam, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitale, Vithalal, Shmeid, Kucha, Brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Zichronam nirvacha, may their memories be for a blessing, and together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, Hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, limru, Amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Please be seated. Robin Miller, our president, I invite you up to share a few announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi, for that beautiful service. Of course, you forgot one of the most famous blessings of all from Fiddler on the Roof. May God bless and keep the czar far away from us.
It's a good blessing.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Jack, for the lovely music. Thank you, Drew, for the audio-visual. Thank you, Vasha, for this beautiful oneg. I really want to thank Julie Solomon, who left the room. But Julie did an outstanding event coordinating this, being our development person, being in charge of the Legacy Circle. For all of you who are Legacy members, God bless you, because you are really the heart and soul of this organization and will help to keep us afloat, and it is truly a blessing that you are bestowing upon us. For those of you that read today, and I'm going to mess this up, don't be me when I forget you, for Stefana, for Tom, for Marion, for Judy. I know Judy did it. I'm trying to think who else. I think those were our speakers today. Y'all did a fabulous job. Thank you for doing that. It really is a blessing to be part of this very special congregation, and I'm very happy. We've got a lot coming on, but I also want to say something to Sean, because in these trying times, to choose to be Jewish, to pick to be Jewish, is really an amazing thing and says so much about Sean and his character. It is not easy to be Jewish. People hate you for no reason. People make assumptions about you. Well, sometimes they have reason, but they make assumptions about you, and it is not always easy to be Jewish. And the fact, Sean, that you are part of our community and you chose to be with us, we are lucky to have you, and we are so
Amen.
blessed to have you become a member of our tribe. So thank you for that. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. The annual meeting, June 28th. My last day as president. Oh.
Not that she's counting down the days.
Minutes, but that's a different story. But that will be at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, the 28th of June. It's important that people attend. We have a lot going on, and we want to share that with everybody. We have started our Gift of the Heart campaign. Typically, synagogues have a traditional due structure where they say, you must pay blah, 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 and if you can't, then you better justify it. We don't do that. We say that, you know what, we have a suggested amount, but pay what you can afford. You don't have to justify us what you can and can't do. If you can't pay what we need or what we recommend, it's okay. And if you could pay more, then God bless you because you're helping out everybody else. So it is an important time of year because this is what helps us set our budget for the next year, depending on how much people want to contribute. If you choose to not to respond, we're going to assume you want to roll it over. So, but we'd like you to up it and not just roll it over. But we want to thank all of you that are part of our community. Shalom Cincy is planning away on the fourth Shabbat of every month. We do something a little different because when we occupied the space, we said it was not going to be 100% space. So on the fourth Friday of every month, we pick different locations to do Shabbat services. And we ask that you join us there, and we ask for other people in the community to join us as well. So we're going to be starting a survey, and we want you to fill it out. And you want us to give us some idea of where you're interested in going so we can meet you where you want to be, because we think it's important to not dictate but to work with you to come up with places of interest. For those of you that a few weeks ago, Rabbi Edie Yakudis, Julie, Ethel, this whole committee of people, Donna, Marta, myself, worked like super hard, and we had a magnificent event in honor of Rabbi Gary Zola. These beautiful flowers here are from that event. And it was a wonderful fundraiser for our organization, and it was a wonderful way to thank someone that is so vital to the Jewish community. And Rabbi Zola is not done helping us out. He is going to be doing a walk through the old Jewish Cincinnati with Rabbi Gary Zola, and that's going to begin at Washington Park at 1230 Elm Street. That's like in front of the music hall. And this is free, and it's open to anyone who wants to come. It's about a mile, but bring your own water and snacks. And of course, the date is not here. I believe it's June the 6th, I think. I don't know, sometime in June. Look for it in the weekly newsletter, the June the 6th. But it should be a fascinating evening. Anybody that knows Rabbi Zola knows that he's incredibly interesting. So it should be a wonderful, wonderful talk. We're having a Judaica sale. If you have old Judaica you don't want, and you have stuff you want to buy, I will invite you to come to the Judaica sale. That also, the date is not here. That's June 13th. That's June 13th. Sarah Jane Blatt is in charge of that event. So we want to make sure that everything goes to a good home. So please donate to that or come and buy. Better to come and buy. And then our social action spotlight this month. Ethel can speak better to this than I am. We are working with Operation Give Back, which is located in Blue Ash, Ohio. It's an incredible organization. It's dedicated to supporting students and families in need throughout our community. The weekly email will tell you what types of things we'll be collecting for this month. But Shabbat Shalom. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of the Temple Shalom community. And thank you, Rabbi, for your leadership. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Robin. And the feeling is mutual. I know you just have a few short weeks and a few short days left. But you still aren't done. So, and I will echo something you said, which is that the Evening of Gratitude program that Julie Solomon and her committee put on was really quite remarkable. And so if you see any of those people, I know we probably didn't get the whole list, but Julie could tell you the whole list of folks who helped out with that. I'm not saying on the spot. I'm not going to put you on the spot. And it's a long list, but they did a wonderful job. Ginny, you were on it too. I mean, we got a lot of folks who put in a lot of effort and pulled off some incredible things. I do think that is all the announcements for now, though. So we will turn back to our liturgy for a few closing blessings and prayers. First, we will turn to our Kiddush, and we will sing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratav banu. Mishabat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemahaseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrahei kodesh, ze'icher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, Im kol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat. L'chaim. I was waiting to hear it, Tom. And we say our motzi, ha-motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha-motzi lechem min haaretz. B'tehavon. I will say b'tehavon for now, and you all will enjoy. I think we still have some oneg food out. Good. So please, after, make sure to do some damage to that oneg food because we have some special things that are brought out. We do have a final song, so we're going to have our priestly blessing, and then there is something else. So don't jet out of the room just as it ends. But before that final song, we will join in the priestly benediction, as is our custom here at Temple Sholem. If you feel so inclined, we invite you to join hands with those who are next to you as we sing together. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yeir Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. Yivarech Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God lift God's face toward you and always grant you peace. And we say, Amen. And we continue with our closing song. This is a one we haven't, I think, used here, at least while I've been at Temple Sholem, L'Dor Vador, which is a beautiful melody, I think, that fits this nice theme of legacy and blessings.
We are gifts, and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope, and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words, and we are stories. We are pictures from the past. are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Ledor v'dor nagid God lecha. Ledor v'dor we protect this chain. From generations to generation, Ledor v'dor, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our heart, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed and we are holy. We are children of your way, and the words that bring us meaning we will have the strength to say. Ledor v'dor nagid God lecha. Ledor v'dor we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Ledor v'dor, these lips will praise your name. Ledor v'dor, these lips will praise your name. Ledor v'dor, these lips will praise your name.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Jack.